Yo, what up? My name is Don, and today we're checking out another track by Easy Mill. This one is called 27 Bodies, and it comes highly requested in the comments of the previous Easy Mill track I listened to, which was Up Down. So if you haven't seen that video, go and check that one out. Many of you were interested in my breakdown on the cinematography side of things, so I'm curious to see what this video brings. So without further ado, let's hop right in and check out 27 Bodies by Easy Mill.
Wala namang magtataka kung gusto niya na siya ay sumisid sa gilid ng himig ng aking pag-ibig. Tsongke ang piniling ihitid maliban sa kisig ng tinig ng parang sa tenga ninyo ay nararo. Wala sa inyong mananalo pag ako ang tumalo. Sundalo sa bunot ng baril ko manggago ng talo. Mag-ingat ang lahat sa pagpili ng inyong manlalaro. Kasi I didn't come to play with you chump bitches who think this a fun business or one clickers that'll come and buck when it's none witness to live off a crunk grimness. You stuck sitting in your sleep like I wouldn't stuck riches, but that ain't the case, cause I done gather your place. I'm leaving holes in your humble bowler pat in his face. Na sumalangit na wanong ako yung pinanganak nung 1,978 tatak. Yeah, di na to pata sa makatarungan pag ako sumali. Why? Tayong katwiran na kayang gumamit ng tatlong lingwahe. Die up in the confidence where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on your bitch, cause I can kill you for free. Old school up in this motherfucking party, like we're switching the blades and tipping the babes and making sure my flow is boom bap. Not that new trap where the hi-hats go like that repetitive shit. Be begging your bitch. You just jealous cause you wanna kiss my neck and my dick. Cause heaven is rich, I'll rob it with my devilish clip. In 22 those are lows, but I'm a rap on this shit. But that's like the extent of all that. I ain't tryna take it further. I ain't tryna be like all doing all that petty beef and shit like all of you rappers out there. I'm gonna discuss a topic that I feel is close to my heart cause it's back home and it's happening here too, dog. Like, they just have no fucking control and I'm tired of it. Yo, asulat pula ang aking lahi na puno ng tula tungkol sa hain ng bawal mauta. At hindi lang dahil kayaman ng mukha, mga labi namin sa pag-asa lang uulan ng panalangin. Sama sa magtutura ng salitain na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta. Habang buhay na lang ba? Tingin sa akin puta kang asang ospital ay sinugod yung kapatid mo, may pera ka pa ba? Isigil ano ba? Meron ka na ba plano handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo ay lunod na ako sa hiya. Lahat na aking mga kasalanan ay laging magiging lakas ko sa laban. Dahil lang simple mamalagi, lagi naghahanap ng kanyang pwedeng katahanan. Pamamaraan sa laban, meron sila na may katanang tungkol sa akin. Pero wala akong takot kung ako ipain na siya tumablo. Peso no dala na peso ni yaga mo. The body's been put in the back of my ghetto and I can believe it. They the type of with the media base hold like a conscious little demon. And each and every channel with a brain low, sending audio like they would feed them. And they all just get nexus and access, so you never know whatever happens. If you trace them, you end up distracted by all the factors. For them to prism simulating spiral to fix it. The soul eliminating cycle, the tricks of the air is just riveting idle. Cause they know they're taking away all your problems. But taxing the lesson. And not being enough for the aeronautical enhancement and stuff. And the block to mitigate the pattern. The rough for the one that innovated passion for us. So we trust them and but burn away all the opposition. Cause we are the one with no pot to pissing. Not the sight of some dollars before the victims of some Cubans and models. On top of extended banana magazine. He rub on the trigger, you poof it like a genie. Got up personifications on the TV until the end of persona obituary. Story na paulit-ulit alam mo na makakatang tinatulak dito. Hanggang sa trending na YouTube di na biro. Ang pinakamasama ang yung pinakahero. At pagdating naman sa mga babae ang pinakapeke ang kanilang tipo. Dumedepende kung alang-alanganin ka. Pwede ba tama na.
Okay. So I can already hear a bunch of people saying, but you didn't listen to it with the CC on. But don't worry, we're gonna go back and listen to it with the CC on. And the reason that I didn't listen to it with the CC on the first time is specifically because I knew that if I did that, I would be distracted by the actual video itself. I'd be distracted by the inflection of his voice. I'd be distracted and paying attention to the literal like words on the screen, which I don't think is a good first experience. I'm so adamant about the first experience of anything in life being the best it can be, right? So if there's things that I can do preemptively to set that experience up to be the best that I know it can be based on the variables that I can control, then I'm going to do that, right? Because I can always listen to it 10 more times, 50 more times, 100 more times with the CC on or genius lyrics or whatever other, added context, and that's 100 times, but there's no second first experience. So that's very much so the reason why I didn't listen to it with the CC on. I do understand that he was speaking in his home language, and that's the reason why we're going to go over it a second time. Um, there's and when we go over it the second time, many of you were interested in my take on the video itself. Um, you know, I will explain my thought process on the video, and I think it'll be a wildly different answer than many people may have been expecting. And I'll let you know why. So let's get back into the video. I'm gonna have CC on this time, and we're gonna pause it maybe after. I'll try to pause it through some of the verse sections and kind of give you my thoughts as we get into it here. I think overall the song flows very well. Um, like I said in some of my other reactions to rap videos lately, I'm not really a rap guy. I'm There are rap artists that I like and follow, but overall, you know, um, a lot of people generalize too much to say like, oh, I like rap music. That must mean I like all rap music. Or if I say, if I personally say I like metal music, some people might go, oh, he likes all metal. He must like all metal music, right? Or if I say I like rock music, it's the same thing. That's just not the truth. Music is much more nuanced than that, right? So, um, for example, in this song, one of the lines he says actually that I remember is, "I'm trying to make my stuff sound boom bap, not all that trap shit, right? Not all that tick 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 tick, all the repetitive." Like that was one of the lines that he said, if I recall correctly, right? And so he does have a certain uh, um, audible aesthetic that he goes after in his music, and I can hear it in the last couple of tracks. Obviously, Head Honcho isn't his production, but Up Down was his production. We just listened to that recently, and that one was definitely that definitely had a pretty sick flow to it too. So it's kind of easy for me to latch on to these beats. I think that they're very approachable to somebody who hasn't listened to his style of music before. And as far as the lyrics go, I mean, um, you know, just before I get into the video here, I think one of the other lines he said is, "I'm gonna rap about it." I think he said something about in my home language now, and the visuals on screen of like the little kids, and looked like it was like maybe in like just in a dangerous situation. It looks like there was some sort of danger that he was rapping about there. So it's you know I think that you could hear the inflection change in his voice in that section of the song. So you could hear how maybe dire or important or serious or like important to him that matter is, or serious and dire the matter is in itself. So like I said, let's get back into the song with the CC on now. Let's get it.
Wala namang magtataka kung gusto niya na siya ay sumisid sa gilid ng himig ng aking pag-ibig. Tsongke ang piniling ihitid maliban sa kisig ng tinig ng parang sa tenga ninyo'y nararo. Wala sa inyong mananalo pag ako ang tumalo. Sundalo sa bunot ng baril ko manggago ng talo. Mag-ingat ang lahat sa pagpili ng inyong manlalaro. Kasi I didn't come to play with you chump bitches who think this a fun business. A one click is that'll come and buck when it's none witness. To live off a crunk grimness. You stuck sitting in your sleep like I would've stuck riches. But that ain't the case, cause I done got your place. I'm leaving holes in your humble bullet pat in his face. Na sumalangit na wanong ako yung pinanganak. Nung 1998 ang tatak. Yeah, di na to pata sa makatarong pag ako sumali.
Okay, it's hard to read lyrics, and this isn't really a video where I'm going to do any sort of lyrical breakdown in the context of the lyrics or what they attach to or stuff like that. I'm just going to appreciate the lyrical flow for what it is. Again, like I'm not really a rap guy. I just like all different types of music. So, for this, I can just appreciate both that the flow in English and the flow in, I think it was Filipino, right? Uh, Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong with that. Somebody previously said something about Tagalog, and I'm like, is that what it's called? Anyways, the fact that he can switch between both languages and still flow quite smoothly over the music is obviously a testament to his skill, right? So that's pretty sick.
Why? Tayong katwiran na kayang gumamit ng tatlong lingwahe. Die up in the coffins where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on your bitch, cause I can kill you for free.
Well, there you go. 3 languages. He can speak 3 languages. So here's where it kind of, I think at this point it kind of gets into more of, more of the editing comes in with a little bit more okay, so the editing through the song, I want to speak on it a little bit deeper as we get through this next section. But so far, what we've had is basically like filters over the video, and they're playing with like scale effects. So as you see me like scrolling back and forth here, as the video, I'll just go back to like 37 seconds. We'll let it play it again here. So there is, I see people saying that he edits his own videos and he knows how to do visual effects and stuff like that. I've been doing, I've run my own videography, photography, basically media business for almost or somewhere around 10 years now, right? And there have been when I started my business, which was not that long ago, there wasn't really all these graphic packs and stuff like that. And I'm getting the uh, strong impression that a lot of the effects that we're seeing in this video come from plugins and effects packs that you can buy, right? So, what I appreciate about this video is the vision more so than the filters and effects that I'm seeing on screen. Because honestly, nowadays, and it's not to take away anything from this video, but it's just the truth. I just know too much about how to make media, right? I cannot sit here and lie and be one of those people who goes, "Oh my god, that's amazing." When I know myself, like what I think is more amazing is the human vision that the artist had, that Easy Mill had to come up with this video. But, you know, a filter is a filter, an effect is an effect, a plugin is a plugin, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not too impressed on those things. So, I appreciate the video as a whole because again, an artist has to have vision in the first place to come up with something. Um, but it's hard to say because I my knee jerk reaction is that there are a lot of plugins in use here or effects and filters and stuff like that. The filters and effects for sure. The thing really comes down to for me as someone who knows a lot more technically about this all, if I was going to be impressed on a editing level from an editor's perspective, then I personally would be impressed if all these effects and everything was done by hand. If all this was done manually, I would lose my mind, right? Any video if all it was done manually, but that's just not how things are generally done nowadays, whether it's by one person or whether it's by a production studio. Things are generally done, you know, I would say in the past 5 years. I remember when some of the first big effects packs started dropping, or like one of the general ones. I'm pretty sure it's called Mr. Horse for Adobe Premiere, and there's all sorts of filter packs for uh what is the other one? Adobe After Effects that you can get as well to make your video. So one of the ones that was really prevalent in the last couple years is you see a lot of rap videos that have all the animated lines going around people. That has a lot to do with plugins that will automatically track an object that it will automatically mask or that you only have to manually mask. So what I'm saying is a lot of the manual work is taken out of having to set up these very intricate effects on screen. So I want nobody to get it twisted or whatever. You know what I mean? If you enjoy it, whatever, that's fine. I'm not going to take anything away from you. I just, from an editor's perspective, I want people to understand that, you know, that's where I would be impressed if it was done manually, but I'm presuming that it was not. And so, um, I'm more impressed with just like I said, the artistic vision behind the video rather than the effects that I'm seeing on screen.
Yeah, di na to patas sa makatarungan pag ako sumali. Why? Tayong katwiran na kayang gumamit ng tatlong lingwahe. Die up in the confidence where you were destined to be. I'ma just rest in the lead and flex on your bitch, cause I can kill you for free. Old school up in this motherfucking party, like we're switching the blades and tipping the babes and making sure my flow is boom bap. Not that new trap where the hi-hats go like that repetitive shit.
So like there's three that I know are effects is the whole the whole little the white lines and stuff on screen that are kind of like what would show up in an old film. You kind of get those artifacts and stuff on screen. Filter, that's a filter, right? The whole if we just go back about here, all these this color discoloration as if you're looking at old film. That's an old film. That's an effect. That's a plugin, right? This line here, as if you're looking at 8 millimeter film or 16 millimeter film. So you're looking at it on like a film roll that's going up. That's an effect. That's a plugin, right? So I'm not trying to take anything away from the video, but I don't want people to get disappointed and come at me because this is what I do, right? So don't shoot the messenger. Yeah, you know what I mean?
New trap where the hi-hats go like that repetitive shit. You begging your bitch. You just jealous cause you wanna kiss my neck and my dick. Cause heaven is rich. I'll rob it with my devilish clip. And 22 double lows, but I'm a rap on this shit. But that's like the extent of all that. I ain't trying to take it further. I ain't trying to be like all doing all that petty beef and shit like all of you rappers out there. I'm gonna discuss a topic
So
that I feel is close to my heart cause it's back home and it's happening here too, dog. Like they just have no fucking control.
all right, so here he goes into this next verse. Here's where I felt like without the CC that you could feel the emotion, the emotional switch in his voice, and of course in the song as well with the piano leading in here, right? So it's all a really good culmination of that play on emotions. And one thing I just want to point out is speaking about like me appreciating the vision that goes behind even making the video rather than the effects in the video. I do like how I believe this entire video is another one shot. I like how they, for example, in this scene transition just back here, we're 145, just back here when he was switching into the riot gear, or like the cop gear or whatever, is that they just blurred the scene for a couple seconds. Right? They just blur the scene for a couple seconds here and they come back to it and we continue that one shot. There's no actual cut, right? So that's pretty cool. But anyways, here's that 8 mil or 16 millimeter border that I'm talking about again, that plugin.
And I'm tired of it. Yo, asul at pula, ang aking lahi na puno ng tula. Tungkol sa hain ng bawal mauta at hindi lang dahil kayaman ng mukha. Mga labi namin sa pag-asa lang uulan ng panalangin. Sa masa magdudura ng salitain na ulit hanggang lahat ng tao mauuta. Habang buhay na lang ba? Tingin sa akin puta ka. Asang ospital sinugod yung kapatid mo, may pera ka pa ba? Isikil ano ba? Meron ka na ba planong handa? O di ka pa rin nagtanda? Pero ang totoo ay lunod na ako sa hiya. Lahat na aking mga kasalanan ay laging magiging lakas ko sa laban. Dahil ang simple mamalagi ay lagi naghahanap ng kanyang pwedeng katahanan. Pamamaraan sa laban. Meron sila na may kanta na tungkol sa akin, pero lakong takot kung ako ipain na siya tumablo.
So I don't understand the issue that he's talking about, but there clearly is some deep emotional. I would even go as far as maybe saying trauma attached to it, right? He pointed out that he's ashamed of whatever happened. So um, I'm not too sure. I'm sure that you guys will add more context in the comments down below for me. But you know, it's just I think that reading the lyrics here on screen in this section, um, again, it's a really bare emotional moment for him, and again, it's a little bit of a flow switch, a little bit of a style switch up in this second section, right? And then again into this third section when he says the word blue and it switches from like you basically have three sections of this film. If you notice, like you got the kind of black and white, and then the film wash coming in here with the multicolor thing, and then we go into this red scene where he has a bit more anger, and then maybe in these blue scenes we're talking about a bit more elation, a bit lighter feelings. So I can kind of get the color scheme that he's going for, which is very um it's it's a basic concept. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's a basic concept to understand. It's basic, and that is often a good thing because it's relatable, right?
Pistol to die to the die to the custody, I got no clue. The bodies be piling in the back of my ghetto, and I can believe it. They the type of with the media base hold like a conscious little demon. And each and every channel with a brain low, sending audio like they would feed them. And they all just get nexus and access, so you never know whatever happens. If you trace them, you end up distracted by all the factors. Looking to push them, simulating spiral to fix up the soul, eliminating cycle the tricks of the image, that's riveting idle, cause they know they're taking away all your problems, but taxing the lesson and lesson. And I've been enough for the aeronautical enhancement and stuff in the block to mitigate the bad and the rough for the one that innovated passion for us, and we trust them and but burn away all the opposition, cause when we at the war with no pissing at the sight of some dollars before the victims of some cubans and models on top of extended banana magazine. He rub on the trigger, you poof it like a genie. Got up personifications on the TV up to the end of patad obituaries. Storya na yan na paulit-ulit, alam mo na mga katang tinatulak dito. Hanggang sa trending na YouTube di na biro. Ang pinakamasama ang yung pinakahero. At pagdating naman sa mga babae, ang pinakapeke ang kanilang tipo. Dumedepende kung alang-alanganin ka, pwede ba tama na tama na.
So, I wish that the translations were available on Genius Lyrics, just so I could read the paragraphs in full. Um, because I mean, personally, when it comes to rappers, I find that like you either have to really dig deep into the lyrics to understand what entendres they may be coming up with, and often I find that okay, is it I think everybody has a different kind of range of what they think is gonna be, like, wordplay that makes any sense at all. So I'm not sure some of the things I'm reading, I just wanted to go back and be like, Does that even make sense?" Like, some of the English stuff, I'm like, lyrically, are we just stringing words together to and some people are already saying, there no, like, Easy Mill wouldn't do that. No. Listen, I'm my um, perspective is just from a first time listener. So, of course, I would have these same questions about any artist I listen to. Any artist I listen to. Like, it doesn't matter if I like them, if I end up liking them or not. If they say some ridiculous stuff, I'm gonna go, huh? Like, I don't know why my brain's thinking of this, but if you know who Primus is, Primus says some stuff that is absolutely whack in their songs. And you just gotta sit there and be like, huh? It's not rap at all, but that's not the point. It's just, the point is, um, I personally wish that the Genius Lyrics did have the translation, or somebody should add the translation because it's not there. I checked. Overall, it's a good song. Uh, I do like. I think my favorite part about the video is the fact that it's one shot because technically you have to think about a lot of things on the actual set itself to continue a one shot. But honestly, and the truth is that on this actual set shoot, it would have been a much simpler if you took away all the effects and all the plugins, the video would look relatively simple, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all, right? But there'd be none of the screen shake and the screen size scaling in and out. That is a thing that happens in Premiere. Where there are different plugins that have different size scalings, and they just randomize it throughout the video or throughout the sections that they want to be scaled. Um, I would say if it was an effective use of those effects to portray the video that he wanted to portray. And, for that I can appreciate that. Um but if people don't know and think that you know, I think that a lot of these effects aren't basically I should put it like this. It's like there could be truth in saying that 90% of editors, especially if you're not like at the top, absolute top of your class as an editor and not just somebody who is multifaceted and does things, especially in the past 5 years, then you're probably doing things with assistance. And I'm not the person to say if there's anything wrong with that. I have my personal opinions on it for sure, but um, obviously, just to piggyback off that, AI is becoming something that's much more prevalent in nowadays. So, there's no my brain didn't, you know, detect any AI in this video, obviously, or any like AI effects or anything. Um, But uh, just having systems to help you do things faster or like take the human input out of it are becoming much more prevalent. So when it comes to editing and videos are in a place right now where most people buy effects packs, which is work done by other humans that they can just quickly throw here, throw here, throw here in the video editing timeline. And then, when it gets whenever it gets to a point of us having full AI music videos, I mean, I don't know, man. But, that's a step bit far, right? Overall, the song was enjoyable. I liked both the, English flow and the flow in his home language, and, I personally really liked the one shot, the technicalities of shooting a one shot take, on a music video. So, thank you so much, for, suggesting that song to me. Would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below, what your first reaction was to the song when you heard it come out, about 2 years ago now. And if you want more reactions like this, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.